What's going on, YouTubers? It's your boy Coach Doug, and I'm back for another cooking tutorial. Well, guess what? It's salmon season, and my father-in-law, he's out there catching the salmon, so he brings it here, and he lets me cut them up and process them, and we get to keep them. So, lately, I've been cooking the salmon for the wife and my son. Baked salmon in foil with garlic, rosemary, and thyme. I say thyme because it's got a TH, but the wife gets on me about it. So, because he doesn't bleed out his fish, the wife said the taste is kind of really bold. So, what we're going to do to cut down on that bold taste, because he leaves the blood in there, we're going to go ahead and soak the fillet in some buttermilk. And we're going to do that for about 4 to 5 hours to draw out that heavy, bold taste. We'll rinse it off real quick. Got that nice fillet. And I've already deboned them. Pulled out the bones in them. Guys, I know you have noticed that I haven't been really fishing much. Getting an episode here and there, and then I've been posting a lot of the short clips. Those are outings of past outings that I've done of the individual catches. So when I don't have an episode of recent outing, I post the short clips. Like I have been saying, I've been dealing with some medical problems like my foot, my plantar fasciitis, which has gotten a lot better. But I'm also still dealing with a neck and shoulder issue and a lower back issue. And my tennis elbow. Those are the lives of getting old, I guess. Every time I turn around, there's something going on. Plus, we also was away for the weekend. The family, we just got back a couple days ago. And I was like, you know what? I need to do another cooking tutorial. All right, so I got the salmon fillet in buttermilk. Put it in the container. We're gonna go ahead and stick it in the refrigerator, and then in 4 to 5 hours, we're gonna come back and then rinse it off and then prepare it to get baked. So we'll be right back. Yeah, son, that's how it's done. Alright everybody, I am back. It's been about 5 hours, so now we're going to go ahead and get the salmon fillet out of the refrigerator. And here it is, guys. Remember earlier we went ahead and put the salmon fillet in some buttermilk to get rid of that fishy taste, that bold taste that I was talking about. Because like I said, my father-in-law, when he goes fish for salmon, he doesn't bleed the salmon out. So the blood stays in the meat and you can taste that. And of course my wife doesn't like that taste, so you put it in buttermilk. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse it off real quick and I'll be right back. Alright guys, after you rinse the buttermilk off the salmon fillet, go ahead and dry it really good. You can see that. Go ahead and nice pink, orange. That's more pink to me. Coho salmon. You know, like I said, the reason why I soak it in buttermilk is because my father-in-law doesn't bleed his salmon when he catches it. So that leaves all the blood in the meat, and that's what my wife, she doesn't like that taste. So you want to get rid of that bold, that heavy taste. Go ahead and throw it in some buttermilk for about 4 to 5, 6 hours. All depends. All right. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and preheat the oven at 400 degrees. And always when you turn on the oven, make sure you check inside the oven and make sure there's nothing in there. Trust me, that's by trial and error, right? Alright, so we're going to go ahead and mix the ingredients and get everything ready. So I'm going to go ahead and tilt this camera down. There we go. So what you're going to need, of course you're going to need your fillet of salmon, some sea salt and black pepper. I don't have sea salt, but I do have this Italian fish ingredient. It has sea salt in it and lemon, which I don't also have lemon either. And you also add the lemon juice in there later. Pepper. 6 tablespoons of some ghee, which I've already put it in here because I didn't know if I had enough, but I do. And then 4 cloves of garlic. But since we love garlic, I put about 8, 9 cloves. All depends how big they are. But she loves garlic, so I put a little bit more garlic in there. So you can adjust the ingredients to your liking. I always say that ingredients are just guidelines. So add what if you want to add, take away, whatever makes it better for you. Then you're gonna want 2 teaspoons of rosemary, 2 teaspoons of thyme. Excuse me. I always add the H in there for some reason. And like I said, you want we want lemon juice, which is a tablespoon, but I don't have that. We're gonna go ahead and substitute this lemon, Italian fish, lemon, and sea salt mixture. And then also parsley if you want to use it for garnish, and I don't have parsley today. So, but we'll go ahead and put the ghee, 6 tablespoons of ghee into the bowl. And then we go ahead, mix in the garlic. Like I said, I like to use the fresh garlic. I try to use fresh ingredients as I can. But I've already made one of these for the wife, so I used up all the ingredients that we had already. And I'm like, man, I gotta do a video. So this is one of my favorite toys. Remember, I am not a professional cook, guys. Just remember that I'm not a professional. I just know how to follow instructions. My wife, she loves trout. It's good for cancer, people with cancer. It's good for fighting cancer. So, you know, there's a lot of pros of why she eats a lot of trout and salmon. Because it's the omega-3, the fatty acids in it. See, and I try to use as much as the garlic as I can. Alright, that's enough right there. Alright. Let's go ahead and we need 2 teaspoons of rosemary. 1 and 2. Then 2 teaspoons of fresh thyme. Now I did bring out the minced garlic just in case I didn't have any garlic cloves, which I did. So any dry seasonings or not fresh seasonings will do. Okay, and thyme, they look the same almost. Alright, and 2 teaspoons of that. Alright, next we're going to want to mix up the concoction. Whisk. It says whisk. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and whisk. Get it all mixed up. You actually want to still a little thick, so if the ghee is still thick, go ahead and put it in the microwave for a little bit, maybe like 10 seconds. Maybe about 10 seconds, I don't know, until it's a little more liquider. Alright, we're going to go ahead and make our boat. So I pull out a nice size sheet of aluminum foil, stick it inside of the baking dish. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. 5 more seconds. Get it nice and warm. There we go. There we go. See, now it's nice and a lot more melted, a little more liquider. That's not a word. Alright. So we got that mixture all mixed up in there. Alright. Let's go ahead and move some of this stuff out of the way. Alright, I think I heard a low battery not too long ago. That's okay. Alright, so first things first, I like to put a little layer of olive oil down on the aluminum foil. So that's so that your skin of your salmon doesn't stick to the foil. Now, it probably really doesn't matter if you don't like skin, but I know a lot of people who love to eat the skin. So first thing, like I said, is the virgin oil. Then I like to put a layer of the pepper down. Alright. And then I'm going to put some of that Italian fish seasoning. Remember, this has the salt and the lemon pepper in it. The salt rock, or whatever you want to call it. And that'll be the base of your crust. See, next, we go ahead and take the fillet. Like I said, make sure it's dry, all dabbed down. Nice pink fillet. I'm getting better. Still not professional, but getting a lot better on my filleting. I also pulled out all the pin bones too. Took the time with the tweezers and just pulled it all out. Alright, so before I put the mixture in, I like to add vegetables to this. Now the wife, she loves the peas and corn, so we're going to do her a treat for tomorrow. Because this is nighttime now, and she's got to work tomorrow, so this is going to be her lunch. So let me go ahead and open up the can of vegetables. Alright. Like I should have had this already done. Oh well, my video, I'll do what I want. Like I said, I'm not a professional, guys. I do this because I love doing this. Alright. Let's go ahead and finish opening up the cans all the way. Now, I was supposed to go to Silver Lake today, but I woke up, and like I said, I've been dealing with a lot of physical problems, like plantar fasciitis, which is getting better, like I said. I have a bad right shoulder, neck, and shoulder issue going on. I have a lower back pain going on, and I also have left tennis elbow going on, so I couldn't get up and go. So I'm going to go ahead and pour the vegetables off on the side. She likes to eat a lot of them, so I'm going to put a lot of the peas and carrots in there. Alright, here we go. Again, what we're making is baked salmon, trout, and foil with garlic, rosemary, and thyme. I like to search the internet and find different ways of making this meal for my wife. And I eventually want to make a cookbook. And so far, I have 8 recipes that I found and I've tweaked to my liking. And now the wife, she also loves onions. We love onions, garlic, and we love all that stuff. All those different vegetables, we love all that stuff. I know when I was growing up, when I was a kid, my stepmom, she used to force me to eat vegetables. I think she thought she was punishing me, but in reality, because I was always hungry, I loved them. But I didn't put off Too much to make a little know that, hey, I love vegetables. Plus, I used to eat the weird things with my grandmother, like pickles pig's feet, toast with peanut butter and onion and banana. Yeah, that's my grandmother. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take the ghee mixture and go ahead and drizzle it on top of everything. Yes, everything. The vegetables, the salmon. I should need it. Well, whatever. Just make sure it gets all over that. Delicious. Oh. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Alright, next thing to do is now we gotta seal it up. And the stove is almost about done. Alright, so now next you're going to go ahead and tear out another piece of aluminum foil. And now we're going to sit it inside the dish. And we're going to take our time and combine both top and bottom so we get a good seal on this. There we go. Same thing down here. Want to get a good seal. There we go. Get that good seal. But yeah, anyways, I didn't feel good today, so I stayed home. Did a lot of stuff at the house. Vacuumed the man cave. Put some deodorant down there. Watched the Yankees win today against Houston. And then I watched the Eagles and Dallas game. Pretty good game. And there you go. That is your boat. Now, looks like the oven is done. We are now going to go ahead and throw the salmon into the oven for 20 minutes. And then when it's done, we're going to let it rest. And then we're going to go ahead and show you the end product. So, until then, yeah, son. That's how it's done. Alright, YouTubers, we are back. It's been 20 minutes. Actually, it's been 23 minutes. I let the salmon go ahead and cool off for a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and retrieve this baking pan out of the oven real quick. I'll be right back. Bad boy a little closer, huh? There we go. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. It's a little hot. Of course, just got out of the oven, right? What's funny is I have cooked the salmon this way a few times already, and every time the son would attack it first before the wife. Ooh, look at that steam. Oh, there it is. Oh, look at that. Let's see if we can find the salmon in here. Oh wow, look at that, guys. Woo. Oops, just dropped the jar. See that, guys? Alright guys, well, there's another way you could cook your salmon and your trout. This is the baked salmon, trout in foil with garlic, rosemary, and thyme. So if you guys want to go ahead and try out this recipe, go ahead. Like I said, this is my wife's new favorite way of cooking trout and salmon right now. So go ahead and hook it up, guys. So until next time, hopefully I'm on a lake instead of doing a cooking tutorial, because I'd rather be fishing. Like I said, I'm not a professional, guys. I just love doing what I do. Yeah, son, this is how it's done.